evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting Propagandacast from your host, Imperial Dane, Master Propaganda, Hero Strike, Defender of the Fatherland. Off here to an exciting 1 vs 1 on Simwaski Winter. Between the south, we got Dave, fighting for America, freedom, democracy in the 19th Infantry Division. Tasked with holding this part of the sector as the Germans under the command of Stuve attack. Furiously pushing ahead here with 1 and 16th Panzer Division Wienhund with Firestorm. And Dave here with Rifle Company. Yeah, that doesn't quite sound as impressive, does it? We got rifles to start here for Dave with a full screen into cool rifle build here for Stuve. His Sturmpioneer so far leading head for the fatherland with the option there for flamethrowers to be added later on. Dave pushing in for the southern fuel. Full screen out here for Stuve and the 1 and 16th. Back here we got more rifle on the way there for Dave and Democracy. Grabbing the fuel there, need to root course connect all of that. Stuve here playing his Sturmpioneer somewhat aggressive, but at the same time not that aggressive. Maybe the cool ones can be used to secure the path here to the northern fuel. Fulton's moving ahead. I mean, if he's going to, try and push for the fuel, he should have sent the Sturmpioneers right ahead and skipping, grabbing any points with it. I mean, just sending a full squad down there is basically at this stage already too late for Stuve. Grab the scientific point there with the Sturmpioneer. Moving ahead, they're swiftly scouting, kicking in doors to the church, looking for any left behind altar wine, and then moving onwards. Did you find any altar wine, Ludwig? 9. Just these really stale pieces of bread. Third round spot there for Dave. Second full squad out there for Stuve and Deutschland. Got the full being surrounded, but engaging, reasonably well. We got the full squad ready to support if necessary. And we can see the full they just, I think he's trying to bait them towards close to the house, and that case going to open up. There we go. In this case, Dave actually took the bait. Sturmpioneers will try and move in there, taking this path. They can sort of get reasonably close to the rest and deal with them, but if they take this path, there's a small chance they get close enough to the riflemen to deal with them better. We'll have to see what Stu ends up doing, but so far it looks like he's taking the other path. Folks remain support here. We got a truck out already for Stu, but that's pretty aggressively chosen here, timing wise. Cool by there, can go for the fuel point there, taking advantage of the one side window here. Sturmpioneers trying to close enough to do some damage. There we go. Folks moving in as well here. Grenade here at the right time to do well. Folks need to get close here and popping in behind. Sturmpioneers getting focused down. Very good work there by Dave. No manhunt gone out of here from Stuve. There we go. Goes off against the more healthy rifleman. Pushing them away. Engagement did not fare too well for Stuve. Dave, I think, was able to punish his Stuve for any sort of tactical indiscretions. Rather than getting into the house, the right front, the folks is going to use this by time for the other rifle squad to get in. It doesn't have the munitions for about a second grenade, so the other rifle squad can just pop in there without getting punished. Truck moving in, we can see Stuve wants to set up an aggressive battle group headquarters, but this is not working out at all. Stuve is finding himself under relentless pressure here from Dave and the 19th Infantry Division, tenaciously fighting for every inch of the village. Grabbing points, we got a third rifle squad on the way, a full squad on the way for Stuve. Dave is, I think, committing here to a fast lieutenant. Yes, indeed, he's going to push out as swiftly as possible with that one. Supply half track there, she needs to pull back to set up elsewhere. I think whatever Stu is planning, he's being a bit too ambitious about it. And we can see David sensing an opportunity to go straight for the fuel point, straight for the jugular. If he can hit the fuel point, he can slow down Stuve's tech, and of course his chance of getting out tanks or a fast flak half track. Dave going for an ambulance himself. Stuve really seems insistent trying to get out battle group headquarters as close to the front line as possible. Even to the point apparently being willing to sacrifice his fuel point there instead of rushing in troops to support that. Definitely pretty risky, I think, there by Stuve. Pretty risky. Certainly not advisable. I imagine there might be some flamethrowers in the Sturmpioneers enough. Going in here for the southern fuel point, and there you go, Ralph Squad push back, taking losses. That's the Sturmpioneers all moving in there, doing some nasty damage. And there you go, battle group headquarters. So again, Stuve, they're aiming for a very, very aggressive battle group headquarters. I think as aggressive you can get away with, except driving straight to the enemy and just having them shoot at it, which wouldn't make any sense anyways. Got full Sturmpioneers moving in the raft now, firing from the church windows, sneaking in, full Sturmpioneers closing in. Attacking here from cell sides, pushing them out. Out in the open, the raft, easy target here for the Germans. And there you go, repulsed. Lieutenant, they're ramming in the time, popping into the house there. Should be able to deny the situation here for Dave's troops. Could go for a flank from the Sturmpanzer, but he flanks up behind, so staying inside the house. That's a bit of a weird choice. Go the Lieutenant found himself the target of a lot of angry Germans' guns. In with a BA on the Thompson. This is basically not a good situation for David. He does retreat, but he ends up losing several men there. That's a pretty good engagement up north. We got the rifle fight versus Fultz Grenadiers. Managed against the house, but they can't win the fight on their own. He needs to get more troops out there, while at the same time maintaining a reasonably strong frontline point. They've been secured. Battle group headquarters up here. Stuve has in a few serious moments, I think, managed to turn the game around here against Dave pretty well, and now is in a more advantageous position than David, so not going to allow him to easily have it. Hold on to it. Flak after on the way there. I'd probably recommend Stuve actually getting a couple of machine guns if he wants to sort of hold this village, because David's going to keep incessantly launching infantry attacks. In this regard, having a couple of machine guns to help deal with those, plus support counterattacks, I think would be really good for Stuve. Plus, in some ways, while the flak half attack is powerful, it's also a really big target. Having some MG-34s along that could make it much easier to defend here for Stuve against David. But there you go, flamethrowers and 10 wing up grenade off. Noting no MP40s up here for Stuve, despite having gone for Firestorm, and no flamethrowers either for the Sturm Pioneers. Certainly feels a bit weird. That so far, I mean, just considering the doctrine he's gone for is not making, I would say, use of some of the more potent abilities of it. That is in this case the upgrades. Medics, flak half tech first, and then medics will be later here for Stuve's full trying to hold off the 10. There you go. 2 feet 117 up for Stuve. And he got a 50 cal on the way there for Dave. Folks need to retreat before they get wiped. A swift retreat there for the German army. Up north we got the photos of the Lieutenant here. Brandhand Granada could be quite effective. You could also consider an open blitz, I suppose. That wouldn't be a bad choice, but it's be an interesting one. There you go. Stuve following up with an MD-34. Good. And we got another push here for the fuel point by Dave. In the north, he's got the southern already. We got some harassment in the south with the Coop line. That's a very good harassment move by Stuve. Sehr good, even. You can see Davidson loosening up for the cuff once he's losing the fight around the fuel point. He can at least cut it off, forcing Stuve then to have to dispatch troops all the way up here, and that's going to really destroy away forces from the front line for some time. Wilson's getting hammered here with the flag half track casualties climbing as the men get shredded. And there you go, going for up in the rear. Son's lead 70 here with the Sturm Pioneers. Doing some damage, but I don't think it's going to be enough. We got the flak after him, and the Lieutenant also retreats. And now we got the flak after able to vacate the Ravener from the premises. Shoot, Jürgen, shoot, even if they surrender, don't stop shooting. Troops are getting ready. MG-34 out there for Stuve. And we got a 50 cap setting up to defend the fuel point there. Dave's setting up a tenacious defense. Artillery here would be helpful. Oh, I don't know, maybe some kind of infantry upgrade that opens up for smoke grenades. Instead, he's just taking forts into the 50 cal, which is definitely, tactically, the most unwise move. Trying to flank about, got the flak after the MG-34, not flying wet, the 50 cal pushing behind, that gun goes off. Oh dear! Force entry the open against the 50 caliber machine gun. Oh dear! Oh my god! He gets the wipe in the 50 cal. A big loss there for Dave. That was pretty risky for Stu, but in the end, it paid off massively. Stealing a 50 cal is huge. We got bazookas out for Dave as he panics, I think, a bit against the flak after. At least, finds himself forced to go for it. He's going to have to pop smoke and fall back. There you go. Whew, flak half track actually gets away from the MG-34, setting up its own lone health. Stu could end up losing. He's actually setting up the flak half support now with just more distance. MG-34 from the advancing troops. Flak half track support the machine gun. Big engagement here by the southern fuel. Troops trying to sweep through here, getting past Stuve's lines here by the southern western part of the village. Not bad, but he loses the MG-34. He can't pick it up, of course, so that's, I suppose, something. He's got the 50 cal, but even then, losing the MG-34 like that is going to hurt Stuve a bit. Since having two machine guns with an amazing versus Dave. You also finally got one squad equipped with MP40s. Dave flying up with the second 50 caliber and a mortar to counter Stuve's tactics. Intense fighting here going on in the village. Flag half taking in, tank 5 but the bazookas need to fall back. Following down the reinforced, we got hit here for the fuel point. Good work by Dave, sending the Lieutenant. That's going to require a response there from Stuve. There might be more than just some guy with a couple of rifles, or some guys with a bunch of rifles. Got the Volksgunners firing up against the Volksgunners here. Holding the fuel point as long until the 5th Cav get in place to deny them the fuel point. And as soon as he rendered the point neutral bar up north there, Dave quickly retreats into the house, ready to counter any German attempts at getting it back. And there you go, 5th Cav setting up as anticipated, 5th Cav setting up here. He's going to need his own support weapons down there, and we got the Schwerpanzer squad to be set up here soon enough to cover the area around the battle group headquarters. It's a common Simorsky tactic, actually. Battle group headquarters, Schwerpanzer headquarters. We'll have to see how Dave reacts to that. I mean, as the Americans, he does have some sort of options in terms of artillery for dealing with it, but then it's going to be a bit tricky to deal with. A bit tricky. Got mortified there on the machine gun, in this case smoke, very good use of there. And Stuve certainly knows what's coming, so he just retreats, pulls back his 5th Cav there. Very simple to see, but there's actually a big threat here to the Schwerpanzer quarters. Very nice move out inadvertently by Dave. He can actually focus down here. He doesn't, he's actually dealing with the machine gun. Oh, there you go, turns out the 5th Cav is just interesting enough, not taking too much damage. Flags when it's open up the right for the essence, and there you go, suppresses them. David's not putting enough energy, we've got more troops up with the bazookas, but the flak after they've suppressed and pin him down, or he might just ignore it. Oh, the bazookas miss everything. They miss everything. This Schwerpanzer quarters the flak half track. They miss literally everything. Those must be some of the most cross-eyed men in the 19th Infantry Division. And they gave them the bazookas, and the Schwerpanzer quarter survives it all. There's some really rubbish luck there for Dave. Absolutely rubbish. 5th Cav on heavy fire there, taking losses from the Schwerpanzer quarters. 5th Cav moving up, the Sturm Pioneers being suppressed. Up north, he gets smashed between the Volksgunners and the rifle going on. And then go 5th Cav being pushed back. Sturm Pioneers engaging into the exposed rears, almost wiping them out. Flag Half-Tracks going to need some serious repairs. Volksgunners moving out here for Stuve. And we got the Kaufbahn then secured. Bit of fighting up north here. Light infantry gun almost down there for Stuve. The lightest Infantry Geschütz. And 5th Cav setting up here in the house. Carl getting it fixed up as well. His Stuve remains control the fuel here against Dave. Dave, though, is probably, I think, taking up at this stage, going for the Major, and then might likely push for the EC8 tank, which could certainly help him rectify a lot of issues here with what Stuve's got going on. Lost unit up north, unfortunately got wiped here by a large amount of riflemen. You actually too slow to retreat there, or might just lost sight of it in his mind. Who knows? Either way, though, that is a wipe, and that's going to hurt Stuve there a bit. Following up like Kenrev is obviously getting worried there about enemy armour. Best response there by Stuve. He should consider some orbital darts, some elite infantry would be quite helpful versus Dave, what he's got going on. Second mortar for Dave. They'll bring up more artillery versus the Krauts. And there we go. We got the 5th Cav there, and the riflemen caught out in the under the flak half track. Veterans who won. Another set of MP40s out here for Stuve though, and the 1 and 16th Panzer Division win and Raketnev almost done. Certainly keeping up pressure there versus Dave, but Dave is definitely doing his damned best to, push back. Resource wise, going to be pretty close with the other getting out of tank. I mean, if they're both aiming for sort of, the EC8 or the Panzer, which are roughly sort of price-wise the same level, I mean, it's going to be pretty tricky to say who gets it exactly. But at this rate, it looks like Stuve might just hit the Panzer a bit faster, unless Dave can either get up some caches or hit one of the fuel points for long enough. If he can do either of those two, he should have a pretty good chance here versus Stuve to get out of tank right before him. Got the flak half track opening up. Their troop not quite able to get close enough to deal with it. I think he missed an opportunity to flank up here for the village, occupy the house, and then deny the flak half track the ability to cover up. But there you go, Schwerpanzer quarters opening up, defending the victory point as well. Very nasty there. Very unpleasant set. I mean, one option is just going to use both mortars to just beat it into submission. But now Stuve is very much in control of both fuel points, and Dave is seemingly getting bogged down here in this village centre, which means he doesn't actually get more fuel, which very much allows Stuve then to just further pull ahead for tanks. And fuel wise, he's not actually overtaking Dave. This is rather unfortunate for Dave. Rather unfortunate. There we go. Almost got the rifle. Volksgunners here. Bazooka fire on the flak half-tack almost takes it out. And quickly escapes here through a puff of smoke. Mortar fire there, slowly chipping away at the Scrap Hunter quarters down to half health. Certainly punishing Stuve here for actually placing it so far ahead without conceding the possibility that, you know, his opponent could counter it with artillery. Oh dear, 5th Cavalry pressing here. The Rifle trying to deal with the Sturm Punies. We've got the 5th Cavalry to support. Healing up the Sturm Pioneers. We've got German troops pushing through the center. We've got grenades off here ready in the hand, except they popped smoke already, by the looks of it. And there you go, get Dave's other machine gun. He's lost another 5th Cavalry here to Stuve and the 1 and 16th Panzer Division. 19th Infantry Division finds himself under pressure. He's not grabbing the northern fuel here. That's definitely a mistake by Dave. The Stuve definitely, I think, should try and get back as well. Fair punted quarters almost down now. Mortars have been pushed back for now, so he should have a chance to repair it, get it back in order. He should have a chance. And then call out some armor here versus Dave. We got a rifle opening up here as well. We got a good old-fashioned Steel Hand Granate off against the armies, and there we go, full sweeping in. They're cutting down to Yankees. My God, those Krauts, they got so many guns. But not more than us. We just need to get them. In the south, the rears from Rock, they might try and push for the fuel point here, cutting off another avenue of resource there for Stuve, who's getting very close to the Panzer 4. There you go, Mortars back in action here versus the Scrap Hunter quarters. He's going to have to counter back here with the zone, obviously. There we go, good hit. But I fear Stuve will not be able to go for a Panzer 4 before it's too late. Oh, there we go, almost got the mortar, almost. He's not trying to repair here. I think he's trying to push away the mortars rather than trying to repair while under mortar fire, which definitely makes a lot of sense, though of course it has its own risks. And so to require more support from other units, rather than sending in a lone Steel Pioneer squad to do that. And there you go, Scrap Hunter goes down just as Dave goes to the Sherman. Pretty big loss there for Stuve, pretty big loss. He can replace it, but even then, this is not good. Very nice play there by Dave. And there you go, we've got Fulton flanking up behind with the MP40s, a quick Steel Hand Granate as well there. Forcing the 5th Cavalry out of position. Mortars with both forced away here. Sturm Pioneers, less than 3, but need to retreat, and the Fultons there are in a high likelihood of being wiped out. We've got Fulton moving, there we go, dead. Stuve's losses are at a rather aggressive pace here versus Dave, who so far I don't think lost nearly as much in terms of wipes. Of course, he's lost several machine guns. He's lost 350 calibers, Barry. 350 calibers. The one that's been accrued. And then going to try and look for Stuve. That's like the Scrap Hunted quarters. He might set up in the same spot, though I'd certainly be a bit more careful about that. Having lost the first one to double mortars, being handled very aggressively there by Dave. Still a bit of salvage helps offset things. He also needs to connect the northern fuel again. He's got the point itself, but it is not connected, meaning it doesn't really do much there for him. German sending out here for Dave, the 19th Infantry Division. Sending from a nearby Armoured Division, was in fact quite common, I think, for most Infantry Divisions to have an Armoured Battalion and a Tank Destroyer Battalion attached to them. That's a fun fact. Steel Pioneers on the fire from the Sherman. Up north, got the points that have been secured. Setting up here, fixing up the flak half-track. Rifleman opening up here in the south versus Fulton. These 50 cover there as well. '50 caliber needs to about to, I think, deal with the 50 caliber. Admittedly, the flamethrower troops are an issue, but the flak half should be able to deal with that. He's only got one of the cannon. That's going to be a big issue here with the Sherman. Very big issue. I mean, he could go if you have to go Panzer and the Sturm Pioneers, which will assist, but even then, I mean, Stuve's tech is heavily delayed. He's started up going for another Scrap Hunter squad. He's not going to try and play for a King Tiger, which is interesting. In theory, he could actually get away with it, but of course, for an increasing large amount of people, the King Tiger is just not feeling worth it at all. So, I mean, this obviously makes a lot of sense. John running through the strength of the cannon from the Panzer Rex, taking heavy hits. Machine guns also nearby to open up and suppressing troops. Rifleman pulling through the south with the flak half track. It's been going in. He almost got the Sherman here, almost got it. Rifleman dead. The house collapses. Wiped. Sherman kaput as well. Amerikanischer Panzer brandt. Sturm Pioneer pushing forward to Kettenhoff and taken out here by the mortar. A Brutal engagement here. Heavy losses for Davis, who tried to break through, but ultimately Stuve was able to retain control of the northern part of the village, so they did suffer some losses. And the Stuve Pioneers seem to have done some good work as well. They're eventually 18 kills. Need to grab the fuel point, of course, remember to connect it. We got more folks on the way there for Stuve. They could technically get away with Obersoldaten. I do think Obersoldaten will do a lot of good here versus Davis, mostly veteran force by now. Scott on the way for Dave. That's an interesting choice here. Scott. Major there getting murdered by the flat calf track. You could say this is a major pickle. Shut up, Carl. I'll shoot you myself. Another unit wipe. Good lord. Dave is suffering some heavy losses there to Stuve and the German army. Things are certainly progressing rapidly there. It's only something Dave needs to be a bit more careful about. He can't really sustain those kind of losses for long. But Stuve really needs to get at least one of these two fuel points connected. And so far, I mean, the one in the north seems the easiest, but for the reason he's not going for this. Got David taking up blocking position in the centre. Make it hard here for Stuve to just push for the northern fuel point and support it. Maybe reconnect. At least through the village. Black half track back in action. Lower mortar here from Dave. His mortar battery is certainly putting some pressure on Stuve and the 116th Panzer Division. Lots and lots of mortar fire. Pulling in against the 50 cal. We got Ralph moving up with the bazookas and a tank Ralph grenade as well. Almost got it, but they get pinned down here. They get pinned down and us ultimately can't pull through and finish the job. Large fire against this 50 cal. There we got the Scott joining in as well here for Dave. And democracy. Almost got the 50 cover there, pilfered by the German army, but not quite. Stuve's got the southern fuel point, but still can't quite seem to get control of the northern. We got MP40 folks coming in here. No open blitzes there for Stuve. No flamhetzers. Anything else? We got a grenade off here. Close here for the Volksgruppe Ultimate, the BAR and the Chomps, and they basically prevail over the MP40 building Volksgun. It is in the south. Volksgruppe defending the southern fuel point. Flat calf track. Almost good to going in there to try and flush the armies off this northern fuel. And there goes Scott joining in Silver Bomber here to get the Germans to abandon the bridge. And the southern fuel, I mean. Not the northern one, that'd be a bit silly. Since they're not there. But there you go to support it. Flag cap supported by Stuve Pioneers. Lieutenant almost wiped out there. Whew, that was really close there for Dave. Now the folks squad out here for Stuve, replacing his losses, building up there to 5 infantry squads number, which is pretty good. Dave going for more 50 calibers plus a replacement rear echelon squad. And soon Stuve will be able to go for the Panther Wave versus Dave. We could also aim for a Panther, though that I think would be less recommendable. Flag half track approaching veteran C3, very good. And I go 50 caliber, which itself is very, very slowly making its way towards veteran 3 here. Opens up some Yankees, got the flag half track moving down, and again we'll be opening up with veteran 2. It is very lethal, increased damage. And there you go, Raffen getting absolutely obliterated here by Stuve's stalwart defenses. Also, he's finally connecting the northern fuel point. He now moved off the point, so he can't actually grab it. Ah, dear. Must have been a misclick there from Stuve. Must have been a misclick. You got smoke on the 50 cal line troop to pull through. So much artillery that's just raining across the centre village now between his Stuve and Dave. Lots of smoke. Now as well being deployed here. Fascinating. Straight into the Scott. And also immediately suppressed it, but do get off the Panther fast. On the Scott, we got a Panther on the way for Stuve and the 116th Panzer Division. Almost got the northern fuel, and there we go, back in control. That really took Stuve quite a bit of while to just, you know, connect this and this. Much longer than really should have, I think. Bit of quiet here, grabbing the point here. Up north, troops moving in to grab here. Secure. And we got Fultz fighting off against Riflemen. 18 kills. Put us far to land. And there you go. Artillery lands an explosive hit. They're taking out several Riflemen. And we got the flak half-track joining in the fun as well. Ooh, 50 gun moving to this lane of fire. Oh dear. The assault will not be pretty. Mortars moving up. And there you go. Armor piercing rounds immediately opening up. They're doing a lot of damage to the flak half-track. And something was seemingly planned there, but not quite pulled off. Very, very close to Veteran 3 and, well, increased accuracy and rate of fire, which just makes the flak half-track more lethal. Needs to pull it back there for repairs. 2 damage, got the Panzer IV arriving here. He's really pushing his luck with the flak half-track. As soon as he sees it, just pop smoke. Gets out there, bazooka rockets flying it, almost taking out the flak half-track. 50 cal there, ready to deal with the advancing Americans. Alongside the spare punch of the quarters, Dave found himself with a weak foothold over the southern part of the village, until firing down the mortars. Rather being pushed back there. Lightest Infantry shuts halfway to Veteran 3, and we got the Panzer IV pummeling its way through Dave's lines. Dave Campbell here go for the easy hit, and he does go for that venerable piece of armor, and their bazookas are flying against the Panzer IV. One penetrating, the other failing. More rockets, again, one fail, one success. In the southeast, we've got the footage of Lieutenant Brandhunt gone out off to flush them out. Davey, having not gone for grenades, is easily pushed off the field. And Stuve commits to another Steel Pioneer squad, having lost the previous one. Interesting enough, he does not bother with Obersoldaten. Of course, more Steel Pioneers do help with the repairs, so that obviously makes sense. I think Dave needs to change his approach in how he's attacking the village. Like, he needs to attack less, he needs to try to outmaneuver Stuve. He needs to try and force him into engagements where it's less favourable for Stuve than it is for Dave.
Tank support is here. Sherman ready.
Because right now Dave only seems to be interested in trying to break down Stuve the raw force, and Stuve so far is doing quite a reasonably good job resisting that. Again, making good use of the machine guns, but also the flak half-track. Again, flak half-track is amazingly good for the Oberkommandeurs right now after the buffs. Amazingly good. And a well-handled flak half-track can be an absolute pain in the arse to deal with for an opponent. But we got the easy hit here with the 7.6mm gun. True suppressed here with the 5th caliber. Note he's not using the church because that could risk being collapsed here easily by his opponent. Smoke screen down to cover the major. Ooh, more smoke down. Bazooka fire against the Panzer IV. 5th caliber there. Wiped out by the American mortars. Both Veteran 3 by here for Dave. Both Veteran 3. And in the south here, skirmishing here, standoff between Dave and Stuve, but the flak half-track turns to tide, hitting Veteran 3 in the process. We got Steel Pioneers close, but mostly Steel Pioneers heading down there as well. Scott bombarding, forcing retreat of the Steel Pioneers. Instant off here from Stuve. Another unit white, looks like a rifle of the major bit the dust here. Could hit the northern field there. Could also try and stick about, hit the victory point in the east. In fact, we got a lead in victory points into Stuve over Dave. And we got the Flamheads on the way for Stuve. Flamheads. To the far there, 5th cavalry neatly wiped again here for Stuve. Rather unfortunate. Rather unfortunate. There you go, direct hit on the flak after. You should be able to take it up. Of course, there's a Panzer I located from nearby, so this is highly risky here for Dave. Losing these here could very well be a critical moment. There you go, White Frost is called in, flak half take down. Landing right here makes everything, burning up units, and of course it can be healed, but it's still going to be awkward. We got the Panzer pursuing the EC8 here, actually. Bit aggressive here by Stuve, bit aggressive. Shot fired. Most of the shots bounce off each other. And we got here the Flamheads out for Stuve up north. We got fighting around the fuel point here. We got Rifle versus the Fultz Grenadiers. No grenade, which would allow them to easily flush them out there. Slug out in the south. Panzer IV there, almost good to go again. Could do with some repairs. Double flame throws up this time around. He doesn't bother mines, but of course Dave isn't bothering the mines. Obviously against the Americans, they rarely use mines, so there's been increasing numbers using the re-echelon mines. Quite a few nasty hits. Got the Sherman here versus the East. Oh, the Panzer versus the EC8. And another round squad here for Dave to replace some of the infantry losses he suffered against Stuve. Yes, it's moving ahead. And Fulton's about to get wiped out. There you go, annihilated. Flamheads are dealing with the Yankees in the centre. Need to get off their strength to the EC8 veterans. One game for the tank. More artillery fire raining down. Just Dave hammering away at Stu's forces. Also now controlling most of the map, actually. There you go, Panzer charging in, down to half health here. Down to half health. The EC is down to less than that. EC8, of course, does have the advantage of decent armour, but also good armour penetration. Most of the Panzer only has good armour. Shot bounce, their Panzer blitzing in. Oh dear, he's almost going to lose it. Panzer veterans need 2. EC8. Oh, who's going to win? Who's going to win? And he gets the Panzer IV. Big loss here for Stuve. Big loss. He's down to just the Flamets, and now he's rolling through his Stuve centre, or Dave's centre, as he's been pushed out of the village. But losing the Panzer line is quite expensive. Troops being taken out here by the Scot, bombarding away and zipping away. Shoving the way there for Dave. And with this game over, Stuve is broken, his forces battered, and Dave still with a tank. And Stuve is far off from actually able to get a tank with this. He realises the fight is lost and calls it quits. So there you go, GG, game over. Victory for Dave here. Bit of a brutal fight here with some aggressive moments between both players. At times it looked like Stuve was quite winning easily, and then Dave sort of turned the tables on, and then vice versa. I think Dave got a bit too focused, and he could have tried to put more pressure, and here maybe trying to outmaneuver Stuve a bit more through that. The Dom mortars, though, I definitely think were a good investment. Was able to counter the first round Panzer quarters, punishing Stuve for placing it that close to the front line, also putting a lot of pressure on Stuve's forces. Otherwise, armour handling wise was also decent. There were certainly some unfortunate losses there with the first tank. And actually, a very, I think, interesting, brutal fight. I'm not entirely sure about Stuve's uses of certain units, and his tank there was possibly a bit further away at the end there, but I don't know. And the Flamheads, I definitely think in this situation wasn't the best choice either. He should have probably aimed for another Panzer IV, to be honest. But overall, he should have been more careful with that square punted quarters. In this case, got punished hard, and that really just gave, I think, Dave an edge there. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed this match. Hope you learned something from it. If you did, subscribe to your friends, share it with everyone. If not, send in replay and prompt and feedback in the comment section. If this is Imperial Dancing, cheers. Thank you for watching. Hope to see you all tomorrow for another signing episode.